What's up, everybody? It's LQ from the Shonen Speak Easy. Today, I just wanted to go on a small rant. The title of this episode is probably going to be Big as the Super Bowl because that's everybody's conversation right now. And I just have to express how disappointed I am in everyone in my community. And it's not just the black community, but the hip hop community as a whole. I have never been so embarrassed to see people that have a hard time congratulating others on monumental moments, but also ignoring things that they know are true in order to, I would say, complain about things that they want. You know, we always talk about, earning our keep and being able to show people what we're capable of. And, sometimes we got to pop out and show, like, that resonated with, whoa, Jesus, that resonated with a lot of people. And with one of those reasons is because we as a community, as hip hop community, as black people have always said we have to be twice as good just to be seen as equals in a lot of situations. And in a situation where we have finally been seen as an equal with the selection of Kendrick Lamar for, was it Super Bowl 59? I'm not going to lie. I don't remember which number we're on, but it's the Super Bowl in New Orleans for 2025. The uproar that there is to give Wayne his flowers and basically, I'll be real with you, kiss his ass is upsetting. Just for the simple fact that it doesn't make any sense that we always have to feel like we have to bow down to other people's requests that are outside the culture and outside the community to accept the things that they want. And then we have infighting over something that is monumental. No one complained when J-Lo and Shakira were Super Bowl performers in Miami. No one asked for a rap act then. Nobody was pulling for Pitbull. Nobody was pulling for Rick Ross. Nobody was asking for Trina. Nobody was asking for Trick Daddy. Like in situations where it's not our people, we are so complicit. But then as soon as someone that is from our community, that is of our culture, finally gets into a place where they can do something big. And then the reasoning is like, commercially, there's no reason to not choose Kendrick Lamar. They could have chose Taylor Swift. She's probably going to be there anyway. The Chiefs are looking good again. Jesus. But it's so aggravating that as soon as the announcement came, how come they didn't pick Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne could have did a Hot Boy. He could. There have been talks about a Hot Boys reunion with Lil Wayne for years, and it hasn't come into fruition when he has all of the power in this situation between him and Juvenile and Manny Fresh and Birdman. Like, if you really want it to be a big thing for them to all come together, if they can't do it on their own terms, why would somebody put them in the driver's seat of a much bigger venue, of a much bigger spotlight, and make them even significantly more responsible for entertaining not just the hip hop community, but to cross over and to entertain the pop community, the rock community? Have you not seen Lil Wayne perform at WrestleMania? Well, I don't know why you're watching wrestling anyway. If you really love Lil Wayne that much and you really care about him, you would have watched it. Why? Because a lot of y'all that's complaining about the Super Bowl halftime performance don't even watch football. And they'll outright tell you we don't watch football. Some of y'all have been done with the Super Bowl and football in general since Colin Kaepernick pretty much got blackballed out of the NFL. And if you have been that way and you're still that way, stand on it. Lil Wayne doesn't deserve this performance. He didn't earn it. He hasn't done anything in the past few years that any of y'all care about. And you want to know how I know? Because I can go to his YouTube page right now and see that on average, he's getting maybe 400,000 views a video. 400,000 views a video for an album that just came out 9 months ago. Oh, y'all love Wayne so much, but you're not really paying attention to him. The Fix Before the Six barely got 1 million views on YouTube. Now, granted, the reason why I use YouTube as a metric is because YouTube is the second most used search engine in the world. So if you're going to be looking for Lil Wayne anywhere, the first place is going to be Google, the second place is going to be YouTube, third may be Spotify, and then fourth is Apple Music. But if he's not popular here, if he's not important here, where you have direct access to him, if he's not selling out shows where you have direct access to him, if you're not going to see his tour, which he currently is on tour, if you're not going to go see him in these spaces, what makes you think that the city of New Orleans is like, you know what? If we have to make money, if we have to recover from natural disasters, if we have to make up for people that have lost jobs, if we have to make up for people coming from out of state, out of the country to come be in attendance here, who's going to have the bigger draw? Someone that's been on the billboards for the past 4 months? Someone that has their little kids singing, they're not like us. They're not like us. You would definitely try to go with the person that has the greater draw and more popularity. And this isn't to say that Lil Wayne isn't deserving of anything, but it's to say that a lot of people that are complaining aren't seeking him where he is, and that's why he won't get to where you want him to be. That's no one's fault but your own. Wayne said he put in a lot of work and he wanted to be seen and he wanted to make sure that he was heard and put himself in the best position to be in the position to host the Super Bowl. I'll be honest with y'all, he got screwed when he should have been the main act in 2013. Do y'all know who performed the Super Bowl in 2013? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I barely remember. I can look it up, of course. But let's see. Who was the halftime show in 2013? It was Beyonce. You're not getting over Beyonce. So you might as well wrap that up. And that was in New Orleans. But even let's say he doesn't do it in New Orleans and he just has like some other year where he's big. Let's be real. He dominated for what, a better part of a decade? He could have had the 2012 show. It was in Indianapolis, but that's still not too hard to actually give him the shine that he wants. It was Madonna. I think Madonna released an album around that time. She also had like some other people come out, but she was also the first solo woman headliner since '96 with Diana Ross. And she had LMFAO, Nicki Minaj, MIA, CeeLo Green. So not only is it weird to not give the props to Kendrick for not only having a great run and not understanding his background, because you saw the Pop-Out show. A lot of y'all saw the Pop-Out show. It was well crafted. It was fantastically done. It was a monumental moment. But did you also know that in 2023, he had the highest grossing rap tour of all time in the Big Steppers tour? And then that also was televised. So you can go on Amazon Prime and watch that show as well. He's put together a great resume in order to have this moment. And I know you can be like, well, he doesn't have the highest grossing tour anymore. It's Drake. It's Drake. Then you have a much better argument for Drake than you do Kendrick. Or, you have a much better argument for Drake than you do Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne still doesn't factor in here other than it just being in his hometown. That's great. But he wouldn't be able to pull off being a headliner by himself. That highest grossing tour that Drake put together brought out 10 different guests in order to break that record. The Big Steppers tour was headlined by Kendrick, and you want to know who else was there? Baby King. So if somebody as an individual can have that much of a draw, have that much influence, they've had 2 recorded performances that have done very well on streaming services. He has the sold out tour dates. He has the momentum from the singles that he's recently dropped. Everything points in the way of if it wasn't Kendrick, it would have been a greater uproar than if it is. I understand the love and compassion for Lil Wayne, but I don't understand how people aren't thinking about this rationally. The NFL doesn't care about your preference in hip hop. They care about money. And they care about the cities that are hosting the Super Bowl being happy about their cut of the money too. New Orleans helped choose Kendrick. The NFL put Kendrick and Lil Wayne both on the short list. And the city said, we probably would do better with Kendrick. Who has an easier set list to clean up for us? Who has commercial and worldwide recognition in the past decade for not only being able to craft quality music, but also accessible music? Wasn't one of these people nominated for an Oscar for their music? Isn't one of them tied to have the most Grammys in history because of their music, because of their reach, because of their range, because of their talent? Have we not looked at videos of Lil Wayne performing, of Kendrick performing? And this isn't to say Lil Wayne isn't a great rapper or a fantastic talent. Lil Wayne is still a very skilled rapper. His track with Cordae, his verse is great. I heard it's a 2-year-old verse, which is wild to me. But it's still good. It's still very good. Can Lil Wayne put out compelling music? Yeah, but not to the extent that he used to. He doesn't have that draw. So it's okay that he isn't chosen. It's okay that he isn't the main guy in the spotlight here. But do you not think that Kendrick Lamar would bring him out to honor him? They're fans of each other. Lil Wayne has co-signed J-Rock and Kendrick Lamar's career. J-Rock's first single under TDE it features Lil Wayne and will.i.am on an album that Kendrick Lamar is also on. Kendrick Lamar made the C4 mixtape that rapped over all of Lil Wayne's beats just to show his dedication to how much he loved Lil Wayne's music and how great of an influence he was to him. Not being a headliner does not mean that he won't be a part of it. I feel like he'll bring him out. I feel like he would bring Lil Wayne out, or he would have before all this BS happened, especially after hearing Lil Wayne make his statement about being heartbroken and not congratulating Kendrick on his great feat. And it seems like there hasn't been a talk between those two yet, but I feel like it's a lot more strained and estranged now that Lil Wayne has made his response video. I do feel like it was childish. I do feel like it was premature. I feel like the conversation should have happened between Kendrick and Wayne, and I'm pretty sure Kendrick and his team would have said, bro, you know we got you. I don't think it's a far-fetched thing to say. And I do think the unhinged responses from so many people in the Young Money, Cash Money camp is ridiculous. Nicki Minaj's entire rant pointed at Jay-Z for a decision that he doesn't make solely. It would be different. His $25 million stake is nothing to the multi-billion-dollar industry that the NFL is. It's nothing to the hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that advertisers are paying to be close to halftime, to have advertisement run during the game, to what the city has to orchestrate in order for these performances to even happen, to build and promote the Super Bowl itself. It's the biggest TV event in the United States every single year. There's about, let's see, how many people watched the Super Bowl last year? We're gonna just look that up live. 3 million people. Now, how many people are there in the United States? I believe it's around 330 million. But we're just going to look. How many people are in the United States? Dang, my typing sucks. 33.3 million. I think it's a little bit closer to 340. I will say you have to account for some people undocumented and those that are, children. But let's say we'll keep this number. 333 million people. Almost half the country watches the Super Bowl. You have a lot of people to appeal to. You have a lot of ideas, opinions, musical taste, advertisement. It's a lot of eyes on this. So do you want to bring the most eyes to the game for the advertisers, for the city, for the teams themselves, for the NFL themselves to make money? The way that you do that is by bringing on performance acts that are captivating, that are relevant, and that can put on an incredible show. Now, we all can agree that some of the... Wait a minute. Where's my mic? There we go. But yeah, we all know that my least favorite halftime show, probably ever, was The Who. And never want to see that ever again. But in most of these years, it's been a hit. And it's been consistent with those that have had great years, or they have a legacy where they are still having the same draw that they've had when they hit their prime. Unfortunately, Lil Wayne isn't in that spot anymore. It's okay. You can listen to the Carter 1 and 2 and still consider him the greatest rapper alive. You can still listen to the Carter 3 and say it was probably one of the biggest moments in rap music. But that's not 2024. And to see what he has done of late in recent lets me know that not only did the NFL make the right decision, but you as the fans that are complaining also know that deep down they made the right decision. You're not looking for him or following him as closely as you used to. That track with Flo J from LSU, his verse is pretty damn good. Song's hard. But by the view count alone on Instagram and on YouTube, Flo J has her own decent following and it's doing numbers. And Lil Wayne helped boost those numbers, but it's not nearly as captivating as a solo Wayne project right now. Or no, I take it back. He's not nearly as captivating to have a solo project right now, especially to be on the biggest stage. So if it were to happen, he would have to bring a lot of people with him. He wouldn't be able to headline by himself. He would probably have to bring Drake. He would probably also have to bring Nicki Minaj. Birdman would have to stay home. Birdman's not allowed. No way. And for those that think that, oh, it's because it's beef between Jay and Lil Wayne. No, the beef would be between Birdman and Jay-Z. And it's very one-sided because Jay-Z did his due diligence and also helped get Lil Wayne out of a terrible situation, which was his Cash Money deal and also having to pay back taxes. And they also were just filmed together like 2 weeks ago. They're in good standing. The beef is not between them. But also all of this energy that's put into having this argument between Drake, I mean, not Drake, but kind of Drake. People putting the blame on the Drake and Kendrick beef or saying that Kendrick only made it to this moment because of the Drake and Kendrick beef. Nobody really understands the selection process. Even though I did bother researching it, I'm still not going to bother detailing it because those people don't care. They really don't. They want their favorite. A lot of them just hate Kendrick because they're bigger Drake fans. And this is what it resulted into. This selective outrage isn't even really carried out by the people that truly care about who is being at halftime or who care about hip hop as a whole. So it's not really worth diving into to that extent. But I will say I'm extremely disappointed in Lil Wayne's response video. I get it. You know, air out your grievances, but this is also one of the reasons why you aren't doing the halftime show. You lack tact in situations like this. This was the time to say, hey, great job on getting in the move. I really wish it was me. I wish that in some way I could be a part of it. You know, I know I've been a big influence to you throughout your career, and it's amazing to see what heights you've reached. I'm pretty sure that response video, as much as Wayne said he was heartbroken, I'm pretty sure that actually bothered Kendrick too. Because as a person that just released a song about watching the party die and rebuilding the culture, if you don't think that rebuilding the culture of hip hop includes reflecting on the past and also giving props to those that have paved the way, you're crazy. But this is the route you wanted to take. This is how you saw things to be. And now that you've taken this route, it leaves a bitter taste, especially in my mouth. But it leaves a bitter taste for those that just love hip hop. So I don't know. I actually just came on here to rant. I'm disappointed in all of you. I'm disappointed in my people. I'm disappointed in hip hop, the hip hop fans. I'm not disappointed in Kendrick in any way, but I'm very disappointed in how this stirred up into being something much bigger than what it was. And the eyes and ears that are down to this and that are making these complaints, I'm also very disappointed in you. Because for once, we could have had some unity behind this being a hip-hop show from a very pro-black artist, from a very pro-hip-hop artist, from a very liberating artist who wants to display hip-hop as art and more than just a cash grab. If they announced Sexy Red, a lot less people would have complained. I'm lying. A lot more people would have complained. But the image that is shown by picking someone like Kendrick allows us an opportunity to show that hip hop as a culture and as music can have substance and still be entertaining. And it's one thing that has been missing at a lot of these, halftime shows, is that there's nothing substantial for you to take away from it except for saying, that was cool. And there's nothing wrong with that. But to be able to walk away and say, I felt something, is one of the reasons why they're choosing someone like Kendrick. And I just really hope that people come around to this, because I would love a united front. I would absolutely love a united front on this, where people can get behind rappers and rap music and the messages and how they want the culture to be portrayed. But we can't all have what we want. Y'all niggas just want to be mad. Shonen Speakeasy. We out.